Definitely better and better. I watched her just doing some drills across the floor. The power that she possesses and the technique on some of the tumbling skills is amazing.
Wow.
Front somersault onto the beam. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more fronts on the balance beam because they're worth a lot more, and these gymnasts really want to get the bonus points to score higher. Nice pass. A pike open somersault down to the balance beam.
She has lovely presentation, extension and toe point, body line.
It's a nice combination. Quite often you don't see it. You'll see a very powerful gymnast that doesn't quite have the polish. So it's nice to see it in the same performance. Interesting head spin. Beautiful amplitude on her knees. Always showing a full 180-degree split in the air. Look how high up on her toes she goes, too. It's a nice presentation. The dismount. Full twisting double back. Oh, a little off to the side.
Wow. Full twisting double somersault off the balance beam, punching off of only one foot.
Kathy, you're right. It's so great to see a combination of high difficulty and yet clean form and execution in the same gymnast.
Here's that mount, a front somersault.
Competitor was born in 1970.
This is a blind landing. It makes it much more difficult, which is why the judges have upgraded the value of these skills.
Now over to the pommel horse. This is Yuri Yermakov.
Please welcome now Yuri.
1992 Ukrainian champion. He's a student at the Institute of Physical Culture, which is the same for many of our former Soviet champions. They get their degrees in coaching and go on to coach their national teams.
One of the reasons why they've had such a successful program throughout the years.
Yes, they're right. They have so much continuity. Their former champions get back involved in the program and continue to produce more great athletes. Perhaps that's something we could use a little more of in the United States, is involvement from former champions coaching and helping develop new ones. 22-year-old Yuri Yermakov. Excellent exercise, high degree of difficulty, and beautiful form.
One of those key things.
This is a beautiful opportunity to see the extension in the flare to handstand, pirouettes in the center and then down to the end.
This sunny 16-year-old.
Beautiful finish.
Really, Amanda, that's what it says. Sunny 16.
This is Amanda Borden, who really turned on the gymnastics community last year when she, with her smile and presentation,
Thank you.
they reminded everybody of just how much fun gymnastics really is.
Funny they nicknamed her Pepsi
Her favorite
because
is
of her
the floor
smile.
exercise, and she's ready to show you that right now. Let's welcome Cincinnati's own
Maybe you get
Amanda
a
Borden.
This is her favorite event, the floor exercise, and she has really upgraded the level of difficulty of her routine. For competition, I know she planned a double layout. She needed to put it in here to give it a try.
Twisting somersault to the split. Wow.
Amanda Borden, who even when she's a little off, still with her smile and her presentation reminds us of why we all do gymnastics in the first place, because it's fun.
Here's that in the middle pass. It's a 2.5 twisting somersault. A little more difficult on the landing because it's a blind landing. You don't see the ground. And here's where she tried the triple twist. Very difficult at the end of the routine. And she doesn't quite get up in the air enough. Not quite the right position to get all the 3 twists around. You can see her legs crossed. She just can't quite finish the rotation.
1, 2, a little louder, 3.
So we'll be back with more gymnastics here in San Jose as we're being treated to the best gymnasts in the world.
Gold medal unified team at the 92.
Now up on the still rigs, this is Rustam Shadipov from the Ukraine. Kathy Johnson, as we get ready to see him perform, he comes out of the Ukraine. And we've talked about the former Soviet Union before, producing so many great champions, but so many have actually come from the Republic of the Ukraine, including Ludmila Tereshcheva.
And she was quick to tell us that they have always been the best republic in the Soviet Union. So now they've got a chance to really prove that on their own.
Watch this strength sequence. Inverted iron cross, Maltese, lower to an iron cross. And hamming it up. Beautiful swing work. And great dismount. It's so great to see these world-class gymnasts in kind of a relaxed setting. So many times we see them in the intense competitive situation. It's kind of fun to see them perform with the relaxed presentation of an exhibition.
40 hours a week at Dynamo Gymnastics Club in Moscow.
Our next performer on the balance beam, Tatiana Lysenko. We saw her earlier on the uneven bars, and Kathy, this is one of her best events, but also it happens to have been one of her more inconsistent events as well.
That's why it was so wonderful to see her finally win a major competition, the Olympic Games, and it was on this event she won the gold medal. I've always said it's the balance beam that epitomizes gymnastics. It's what gymnastics is all about. Perfection, no room for error, and it takes the utmost concentration. Tatiana at length, and she's such an interesting person. Very bright, quite a lot to say about her sport and about giving back to her sport. Very refreshing. Double back.
18-year-old Tatiana Lysenko, Olympic gold medalist on the balance beam.
Watch the perfection. How square her body is with the balance beam. Everything must be perfect on the balance beam.
The 1984 Women's Olympic team, serving as the alternate. His father, Fred, was a member
round off double
of the
back.
1912.
And look at the landing. You can see right as she spots the ground.
1968 Olympic team.
Sticks the landing.
He was selected Athlete of the Year.
We'll be back with more of the best gymnasts in the world here in San Jose right after this. Our next performer, as our gymnastics exhibition continues, comes from one of the more famous gymnastics families from the U.S., John Roethlisberger. His father, Fred, is his coach and former Olympian in 1968, and his sister, Marie, was an alternate on the 1984 Women's Olympic team that won the silver medal.
Marie is now in the midst of medical school and doing very well.
John himself is a 3-time NCAA all-around champion and 2-time U.S. national champion. 92 Olympian. Watch that release! Oh, too far away. You can see it right away. Seems like he's okay.
As a gymnast, it's always fun to see how people get out of something on a fall.
Little help from his dad, Fred, there, who saw early on that John was going to be too far away from the bar and shoved in that crash mat. There's Fred Roethlisberger, 1968 Olympian and head coach at the University of Minnesota. Hey, he's going to try it again. There you go. John has an unusual dismount. You don't see this too often. Half in, back out. I think the crowd loved him even more. He fell and went back up and did the move again and made it.
Our next performer was born in 1970.
Let's look at the good, bad, and the ugly. This is not how to do it. And he knew that clearly right when he let go of the bar. You can see his dad was quickly in there with the mat. This is, of course, how to do it. A little more heel drive and pull it in closer to the bar.
At the 1993 World Championships in Birmingham.
That's John Roethlisberger. Now over to the floor exercise. This is Yelena Piskun,
Placed fifth all around at the 92
the world champion on the vault, the 93 World Championship. She was a finalist in this event at the Worlds as well.
And finished 4th. Triple twist.
Fingers. That's an unusual ending for the 15-year-old from Belarus.